Are Arsenal fans jumping too quickly on Zinchenko leaving Arsenal this summer? Let's talk about it. Let's get into this. So one of the topics that we see come up when we're talking about transfers and players' futures is Zinchenko, and the fact that a lot of Arsenal fans, I think, are thinking, let's sell him and cash in, basically. Now, it's worth noting, if that were to be the case, this would be the time to do it, because I believe he only has 1 year left on his deal. So next summer, he effectively goes for free. But should we really be thinking about getting rid of him right now? Because look, I know he's fallen down the pecking order in terms of his position in this squad, but I actually still think there's a place for Zinchenko, arguably within this current Arsenal setup. Because we've got the likes of Calafiori, who for all intents and purposes is a player that I personally prefer and a lot of Arsenal fans prefer, and I think he is a huge talent. But this from the Newcastle game is worrying, because yet again we've seen him go down injured, and this is not what we want to see, particularly as we've sold, or got rid of I should say, players like Nuno Tavares and Tomiyasu, and Tomiyasu being a key example in that list because he was someone that could never stay fit. It would mean that we would have to rely on solely Miles Lewis-Skelly. And look, he's 18 years old. He's a fantastic player and more than capable. He showed us last season what he can do at the top level. But he's 18 years old. You do not want to go into the next season and overload a young player like him. He needs game management and he would need rotation from time to time. Even tactically, you would need rotation at times away from Miles Lewis-Skelly. Now, an argument could be made about Yuri and Timber and even Jakub Kiwior, but with Timber specifically, he's just coming off of injury, and we don't want to be overloading this guy with cover both in right back and left back positions if we can help it. And with Jakub Kiwior, I think it's very clear that he is stronger in the left centre back role, and I don't really want to see him as a left back, and I don't think Mikel Arteta wants to play him there. So that's why I'm saying there's an argument to be had that should you keep a hold of Alexander Zinchenko, because for me, it's not about just selling players and that being it and getting money in for it. I think next season, a lot of the success of bigger teams is going to be how much can you use your depth, and he would be a very good depth option in the left back position. But let me put it this way, would you rather sell Zinchenko if the opportunity comes up at the right price, or keep him as a depth option with there being no real suitors at this stage? Let me know what your thoughts on that are right there in the comments.